Hello, welcome back to the interior of a car from the 90s. I'm a built-in ashtray that really makes you say, things were different back then, huh? TikTok, the first social media created by scraping code from the bottom of school desks, on top of which other more benevolent social media sites were coded. TikTok has, to put it academically, a bajillion problems. It feels like the molted skin of YouTube. When you open the app, your phone turns white hot and singes the dead skin cells off of your fingertips, and it is the vacation home to 90 to 100% of the internet's predator population. But further than those, TikTok has the same problems every other platform has, such as 8-year-old Vine compilations, people who I hated in high school, and off-color misogyny. Misogyny, of course, was invented in 2014 to be the cultural zeitgeist for the creation of the movie The Other Woman, starring Kate Upton and Cameron Diaz. It seems that as long as the internet has existed, dominant social groups have used platforms to put down those who have less power than them, all of the way from sites like 4chan to sick and twisted social experiments like Neopets or the Washington Post. Really though, the casual misogyny on TikTok is nothing new, but the way it is thrown around and can sort of virally spread is really interesting. TikTok is different than other social medias in that it has turned video content into something as easily created as a tweet. Okay, future me has to do an ad read. Hi, my name is Ro Ramden, and I was the first MasterChef Junior winner to bite Gordon Ramsay. Have you ever listened to music or audio before? You haven't. Well, I have a great place to start. Raycon has sleek wireless earbuds for every scenario at a price at about half that of every other audio brand, and boy oh boy, are they supple. I need to stop using that word in my sponsor read. These earbuds look, feel, and sound amazing, and they're also really comfortable. They refuse to die. It's probably been 4 or 5 times that I've left them out overnight, and they just haven't lost their charge because they're competently designed. Their battery lasts something ridiculous like 8 hours. Isn't it cute? It's like technocrat earrings. Isn't that cute? Laughing. They have 48,000 5-star reviews, and me personally, I'm about to go give them 3,000 more right now. They're really snug, and they won't come out of your ears, like, even if you shake around a lot. In fact, I have my lovely girlfriend who's going to come and help me do a shake test really quick. Her name is Igor, and she helped me make Frankenstein. Good. Are the Raycons still in? They're still there. They've been here for 17 days now. These headphones are truly great. There are multiple gel tips so that they can fit snugly into your ear, whatever size your ear is. They offer a 32-hour battery life, and all of this at about half the price of other premium audio brands. I'm gonna be honest, ever since I got these, I've been using them basically daily. Whenever I leave the house, I've been trying to listen to a lot of new albums, so I use these bad boys to listen to the new Rosalia album, the new Denzel album. I've been going through the back catalog of the Microphones and Mount Erie, which are super stereo-heavy projects, so you want earbuds or headphones to listen to those. So if you're interested, click the link in my description box or go to buyraycon.com/Ro to get 15% off of your Raycon purchase. Thank you, Raycon. Okay, back to the video. Hi, welcome back to the channel. If you subscribe right now, I can pull some strings to get you into that molecular biology major at UCLA. I know you worked on it all last year and they totally screwed you over because of that prereq class, but I've been sleeping with the dean, so we're all good. How are you all doing today, right? I'm disoriented. Multiple times in the last month, I've been standing completely still on both feet and almost lost my balance. The only explanation is that my brain has made me become top-heavy after reading all of the Will Smith, Chris Rock think pieces. The information stacks in my head like Jenga blocks, and now I am like a skyscraper constructed in 1970. All right, back to TikTok, baby. We have a bit to discuss. So TikTok is different from other social medias. You know, like other social medias, it expects you to consume content, but unlike some of the other ones, it also seeks to make its user base create content. This is an interesting thing because on YouTube, your primary role is a consumer, right? You see a Streamy Award-winning video and you think, I don't have a 1,000-degree knife or a copy of the New Testament. I couldn't make this, and you move on. On TikTok, though, the barrier between consumption and creation is practically zero. The only thing keeping you from being a popular creator on TikTok is the fact that you haven't taken a photo of your forehead and plastered a tweet with 600 likes on it yet. So on TikTok, you have this problem of people compulsively attaching their faces to words that usually would be said behind an anonymous profile picture and name. And usually they are said by children. This is what Fox News would call radical Marxism or something, and I agree. TikTok user Fruity Cowboy is the vanguard. Because of this, we get to see a lot of bad decisions on TikTok. I know we all thought we saw a lot of bad decisions on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube already, but TikTok is another one of Alighieri's rings here, okay? Every 5th video is the worst day of someone's life, and the funniest thing I've ever seen. A huge part of the way TikTok can guarantee that people continue making these videos, however embarrassing or funny they may be, is by incentivizing people to do trends. Trends are low effort, and they usually have an even lower entry barrier than the rest of TikTok, since you don't even have to use your baby brain to produce an idea, and they reward insanity and melodrama so you can rise above the thousands of identical other people who do these trends. I'm contextualizing all of this so we can understand why and how the main trend I'll be talking about today came to be, why people thought it was okay, and why an application like TikTok thrives off of trends like this and the discourse surrounding them. So this trend started about a month ago, but a lot of the original videos have since been deleted. You'll be able to tell why. But a follower of mine had some screenshotted, and you really don't need a moving picture to get what's happening, so here are a few. I'll do some nonsense talking behind them so that you still feel like you're hearing something while these images flash ahead. I figure I'll talk for about 15 to 20 seconds, and then I'll call it quits. I want to call it quits, but I can't tell if this is long enough. Maybe I'll just cut myself off. First things first, I know it looks like this may have been isolated to one Nebraskan lacrosse team, but I promise you it was a smash hit for young men everywhere who have considered entering melee tournaments. I'm kidding, of course. Men who enter melee tournaments understand that violence is not a joke. It is a competitive esports phenomena. So only a month ago, the audio under which all of these "what if I killed you" LOL jokes resided was a cesspool of young men detailing the quirked up, sillified image of taking women on dates and then killing them, I guess. Now listen, I'm not past murder as a joke. I have many ironic and satirical manslaughter charges myself that the judge didn't understand due to my dark and twisted sense of humor. But in order to make effective jokes that will land with an audience, we need to understand the cultural context in which we are making those jokes. In the same way that making a joke about weird virgin losers may fall flat at a Duster concert, a joke about gendered violence may fall flat, especially on an app frequented by young people who are affected by misogyny and will have to worry about these things a lot in their future. I will admit, the first time I saw this trend, I thought it was silly. I understood to some extent that the gag was making fun of POV or dream date TikToks and subverting them with some sort of inordinate, gawkish, and violent ending, then capping it off with an LOL as though it somehow seemed flirty or beguiling. But honestly, during the heyday of this trend, it only took a quick mosey through the sound to see that the descriptions of violence were not cartoonish or silly or tongue-in-cheek. They were disconcertingly graphic and concerningly indulgent. When I first saw a video about someone being thrown down a bowling alley, I thought, this is weird and a little bit descriptive, but I could see the vision. You know, I could understand that in some regards this was a joke. However, by the time I got to videos that were just incredibly needless, vivid descriptions of holding somebody under the water and drowning them on a first date, I could feel my skin crawl. Let's get into some statistics here. Most violence against women is carried out by former husbands or intimate partners. Over half, 58% of women or girls killed in the year 2020 were killed by an intimate partner or family member, which is 47,000 deaths. This is to say that making jokes about going on what seem like innocent, fun dates with women, then proceeding to fantasize about hurting or killing them is weird and needs to stop. The trend on TikTok died after a bunch of misogyny-affected people started speaking out about it. Of course, at first, they were told that they were reaching or it wasn't that deep. But it in fact is that deep and they were not reaching. It is completely okay for them to feel uncomfortable over this and in fact to ask that it stops. Now, I'd love to live in a world where we can make any jokes we want and nobody would be hurt. You guys have seen me make some pretty fucked up jokes. I'm a weird little diabolical girl thing with a penchant for troublemaking after all. But it's essential to understand that our jokes are both jokes and words that carry meaning. Some people would like to argue that intent is literally all that matters for a joke. That's straight up dumb. If you're an adult man who adheres to this concept, you may need someone to swing a Swiffer around your hollow skull to clear the cobwebs so that your marble-sized brain can fire on all cylinders again. If intent was all that mattered for a joke, or for words, or for actions, then essentially, we are ignoring how socialization works, we are ignoring how conversation works, and we are ignoring how feelings work. To me, it relates back to this weird attempt that some people have to turn people into purely rational actors, which we are not and can't be. If I was a rational actor, I wouldn't be taking out a second mortgage so I can DoorDash 3 times a week, okay? Those delivery fees are sorry, I'm reading the script. Those delivery fees are more than like for when deliver baby in hospital. Hold on, I'm grabbing water so I can do a spit take. I love making videos so much. This microphone is very wet now. It looks like it passed through a cloaca. That's so foul to say. I'm really sorry. I need to clear up this video. What I'm trying to say is that an emotional response to something said or done is no less valid than a purely logical one. Because no matter what, we cannot code an emotional response out. Emotions inform our decisions and how we feel, which is actually very important. In a case like this, making a weirdly misogynistic joke about gendered violence and then trying to gaslight somebody out of feeling uncomfortable with it would be a double patriarchy slam, a patriarchal supremacy suplex of sorts. So in a case like this, we should prioritize making people who experience misogyny and gendered violence feel safe, rather than playing Jacob's Ladder with their last nerve. How did you win Jacob's Ladder, by the way? I'm curious. I always considered the game over when the teacher confiscated the string because I was weaponizing it. When it comes down to it, though, trends like these are probably good for TikTok overall. You know, the videos initially get a lot of likes, flood engagement to the posts, keep people on the app, and once they're analyzed and critiqued as misogynistic fantasy, the discourse surrounding the posts and lambasting of the original posters fuel engagement even more. You know, outrage interactions or whatever. You know, just reminding us that we're all under the tightly laced Doc Martin of big tech. People always say that, you know, we're under the boot of big tech or what, like, oh, it's like we're under the heel of... I wonder if they're wearing demonias. I need to stop. So how can you help fix this? Well, I guess if you know the guy that's in charge of the patriarchy, you can put a whoopee cushion under his chair and hope that emasculates him enough to just call it quits. But seriously, you can think critically about the jokes you make, the people you make them around, and apologize if you overstep. You know, it happens to everybody, but it's essential that you correct and reroute. If you see these things happening, call them out, okay? Jokes aren't a joke. Well, jokes are jokes. Jokes are joke. Jokes are jokes. But jokes culturally, you know, aren't just a joke. They're a social phenomena, you know, like the Iditarod or PCP. They're not immune to criticism, and dogs can understand them, like the Iditarod or PCP. Or guns. Okay, dogs might understand guns. Yeah, somewhat short video for today, but I wanted to speak about that because it's a TikTok trend that has been swirling around my head ever since I saw it, because it sat very wrong once I dug into it. So I figured we could all do a hashtag feminist collaboration and come together to make the world a better place. Thank you to Raycon for sponsoring this video. Go to raycon.co/row to get 15% off of your order, and maybe, I don't know, use them to listen to an intersectional feminist literature ebook or something. I'm really good at brand integration. That was great. That's stupid. You know, keep your ears to the ground for my movement. I'm always making moves. I'm always doing things. I'm always on the zeitgeist, finger on the pulse. I want to release a big review on The Batman later this month, but I realize that if I want to do that, I have to go and watch The Batman again in theaters, and that's 3 hours of time, so we'll see if that happens. Otherwise, though, thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, take care of others, be kind to yourself and others, and remember that you are loved by someone out there, not necessarily me, or that you will be loved. Classic. Okay, until next time, it has been a pleasure. Bye.
Cold feeling on a weekend. Everybody seems to feel it, it's the season. I've been keeping secrets just so that I can feel decent. It's a wonder that you're feeling. I go whole days not feeling real enough. I'm still reeling up. I'm reeling. I still feel like an anomaly. Night rings on me.